Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning into Franchise Nation Radio, and we are here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, home of the 4-7 New York Yankees. They will be playing host to their arch rivals, the 3-7 Boston Red Sox, here in a game in early April. The Red Sox batting order is as follows. Center fielder Mookie Betts leads things off, followed by shortstop Brock Holt, second baseman Dustin Pedroia, left fielder Hanley Ramirez, third baseman Pablo Sandoval, first baseman Alan Craig, right fielder Gerardo Parra, DH Yoan Moncada, and catcher Christian Vasquez. While on the bump for the Yankees is Big Mike, the right-hander Michael Pineda, 0-1 in the season in 2 starts with a 6.10 ERA, looking to bounce back here in his third start of the short 2016 campaign. Digging into the box now to lead off the ball game for the Bo Sox is Mookie Betts, hitting exactly 300 on the season with 1 dinger and 4 RBI. First pitch of the ballgame from Pineda in there for a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, strike high in the zone. 0-1 count now. Pineda kicks, fires. That's going to be taken into center field for a base knock from Mookie Betts to start off the ballgame. That's exactly what you want from your leadoff man, as Betts, a stolen base threat, gets on base. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Brock Holt, hitting .355 in the season, the starting shortstop over Alexander Bogaerts. First pitch of the at-bat from Pineda misses the strike zone, taken for a ball. 97 on the gun, count runs full now on Holt. Pineda sets at the belt, here comes the... That's going to be ball 4 on that pitch, so he's going to take his base, sets up first and second now, with nobody out, to bring up the second baseman, Dustin Pedroia, hitting .227 on the season. The longtime Red Sox second baseman. First pitch of the at-bat from Pineda misses the strike zone, taken for a ball. 96 fastball. Count runs the 1-2 now. Pineda sets at the belt. Kicks, fires. That's swung through. That's a strikeout, but it's a passed ball. The runners will move up to second and third. So 1 down on the strikeout to Pedroia, but the runners move up on the passed ball. So Betts on third, Holt on second to bring up Hanley Ramirez. First pitch of the at-bat from Pineda in there for a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, first strike. 0-1 count now. Pineda sets, deals. That's going to be chopped back to Pineda. He'll field this one himself, fires the first, but it's offline and it drags Bird off the bag. Everybody is safe. So bases juice now for the Red Sox after a pitcher error, and E1 with 1 out now, as that'll bring up Kung Fu Panda. Pablo Sandoval. Pineda kicks, fires. First pitch swung through, low and away cutter. 0-1 count. Pineda sets at the belt. Deals the 0-1. That's taken right at Gregorius. Flips to second. Nice reactions from Didi there. Very nice play to get 1 down. Almost got the double play, but the runner was able to get back. So take a look at this one. Didi with a nice catch and flip. Just barely missed his man at second. So bases loaded, 2 outs now for Alan Craig at the plate. First pitch misses the strike zone, 90-mile-per-hour cutter off the plate. 1-0 count now as Pineda sets at the belt and deals. That's going to be taken into left field, lands in front of Gardner. 1 run will come around. The runner at third holds up in Brock Holt. So that'll be bases loaded still, but 1 run does come in as the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. And that will bring up Gerardo Parra. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. And that's popped up into foul territory right towards the Red Sox dugout. A-Rod is there, and he puts it away for the final out of the top half of the first inning, but not before the Red Sox strike for 1 on a single by Alan Craig, as they're up 1-0 over the Yankees. Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio here for the Yankees Red Sox, as the Yankees lineup is center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury, left fielder Brett Gardner, third baseman Alex Rodriguez, catcher Brian McCann, first base Greg Bird, right field Aaron Judge, DH Kyle Parker, second base Jose Perella, and shortstop is Didi Gregorius. While on the mound for the Bo Sox is Matt Latos, their newly acquired man in the offseason. Big contract, 0-2 so far in the season, making his third start here today with a 3.86 ERA so far on the campaign. Making his way to the plate now to lead things off against his former team is Jacoby Ellsbury, playing center field in the day as usual and in his usual leadoff spot. Latos sets, kicks, fires. First pitch from him is fouled off down the right field line. And now the count runs full on Jacoby. Here comes the pitch from Latos, and they can't pull the trigger as Jacoby goes down looking. We'll take the walk of shame back to the dugout as that'll bring up Brett Gardner, the country kid. Playing left field today, batting as usual, 2-hole. First pitch from Latos, taken for a strike. 92-seamer on the gun. On the inside part of the plate, 0-2 count now. Latos deals, chopped down the other way, fielded by Sandoval, tosses over to first, and that retires Gardner for the second out of the bottom half of the first inning. So that'll bring up the 3-hitter, Alex Rodriguez, hitting .259, no dingers, and 4 RBI on the season. First pitch in there for a slider strike, 87 on the gun. 0-1 count runs to 0-2 now. Latos kicks and fires, and that's swung through the down and in changeup as he goes down swinging. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox and Matt Latos as the Red Sox are still up 1-0 over the Yankees at the end of one. Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio here in the top half of the second inning. Yoan Moncada, the DH, digs in to lead off the inning for the Red Sox. Pineda still on the mound. First pitch of the at-bat misses the strike zone outer half of the plate and misses it. 1-2 count now on Moncada. Here comes the pitch from Pineda, and that's taken for a third pitch strike changeup on the outer half. He cannot pull the trigger, and Moncada will take the walk of shame back to the dugout. That's a backwards K, so that'll bring up Christian Vasquez, the catcher. First pitch of the at-bat from Pineda, taken for a strike. Bottom half of the zone. 0-2 count now. Pineda sets over the head, turns, kicks, fires, and that's chopped sky high in the infield. A-Rod is under it, right at the third base bag, and he retires Vasquez for the second out of the inning. And now that'll bring up the leadoff man in the center fielder, Mookie Betts, who's 1-for-1 with a single back in the top half of the first to lead off the ball game. As Pineda deals the first pitch of the at-bat, misses the inside half, 90 cutter, 1-0 count now. Runs to 1-2 on Betts. Pineda over the head, turns, kicks, fires, and that's taken opposite way. Well hit, back goes Judge. He looks up, and you can kiss it goodbye. Mookie Betts with a solo shot opposite way into the right field short porch. That is his second home run on the season, as Mookie Betts gives the Red Sox a 2-0 lead here in the top half of the second. Over the Yankees, 364 was the distance on that one. And now Brock Holt digs in. First pitch is cut through changeup. Count runs the 3-1 now on Brock Holt. Pineda over the head, turns, kicks, fires. And that's ball 4. Brock Holt takes your base. That is his second walk of the game already. So he's on first with 2 outs, keeping the inning alive, and a long-time second baseman, Dustin Pedroia, comes up to the plate for the Bo Sox. 0-2 count on him. Pineda sets, deals the 0-2. As to be popped into shallow left field, Gardner barely has to move, takes about a step in front, and retires Pedroia for the third out of the top half of the second inning, but not before Mookie Betts strikes for 1 on a solo shot. Red Sox up 2-0 over the Yankees at the end of the top half of 2. Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio. We're here in the bottom half of the fourth. Yankees at the plate. Brian McCann leading off the inning, the power-hitting catcher. First pitch of the at-bat from Latos is swung on and fouled down the right field line. 2-2 count evens out now. Deals is Latos, and McCann cuts through the pitch. That's going down, swinging. And he'll take his walk back to the dugout, and that brings up the first baseman, Greg Bird. Latos gets set, turns, kicks, fires. Cut through the first pitch, change up. It's an 0-1 count now, evens out to 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 from Latos, and Bird takes this one to deep right field. That's well hit. Back goes Parra. You can kiss it goodbye. Bird is the word as Greg Bird connects for his third home run of the season. And the Yankees finally get themselves on the board. It's 2-1. Red Sox over the Yankees now as Bird cuts down on the lead. Correction, that was his second home run of the season. And that brings up now the right fielder, Aaron Judge. First pitch to him. Misses the strike zone. Full count now on Judge. Latos fires the full count, and that's ripped into left field, but Hanley Ramirez with a sliding play. Very nice play from Hanley in left field. And that is now 2 down in the inning to bring up the DH Kyle Parker. Required from the Rockies last season in the CC and Mason Williams trade. The first pitch to him is a strike. 3-1 count now on Parker. Here comes the pitch, and that's well hit opposite way. Right field, Parra is at the wall, and he puts it away just in front of the track as Latos retires the inning, but he does allow a home run from Greg Bird to make it a 2-1 ball game. Red Sox still in lead at the end of 4. Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio here in the bottom half of the 6th inning with 2 outs as the power-hitting catcher Brian McCann steps up to the plate. 92nd pitch of the ball game from Latos is swung on and shot back, foul. 2-2 count now on McCann. Kicks fires from Latos, and that's well hit down the right field line. Will it stay fair? No, it doesn't. It's just foul. Just barely misses a home run on that pitch. Still a 2-2. As here it comes from Latos, and that's taken to dead center field. Back it goes. Up looks Betts, and you can kiss it goodbye. Brian McCann puts that one in Monument Park. McCann can. As that makes it a solo shot for Brian McCann, and this ball game's all tied up at 2. 427 feet for Brian McCann's second home run of the season. As now Greg Bird steps up the plate. First pitch swinging opposite way. That's also well hit. Deep left field at the wall, and he puts it away. Hanley is literally in front of the wall. He puts it away. Almost back-to-back there from Greg Bird, but the Yankees tied up on a Brian McCann dead center solo shot. It's 2-2 at the end of 6th. Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio here in the top half of the 7th. Yoan Moncada, the DH, digs into the batter's box to lead off the inning. Still all tied up at 2. Big Mike still on the mound. First pitch is taken on the left field line. That'll stay fair. And Moncada is going to hold up at first base as Gardner gets to it rather quickly and gets it in. So that's a single for Yoan Moncada, the DH, to lead off the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, who's 0 for 2 on the day, Christian Vasquez, hitting under the Mendoza line on the season, about 1-70. Pineda sets at the belt. Here comes the pitch. Vasquez shows bunt, bunts it down the first base line, fielded by Pineda himself, fires the first, and they get Vasquez out by a step as Moncada moves up to second base. And now that's a runner on second. Brings up Mookie Betts with 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Pineda, taken for a strike. 82 changeup on the gun. 0-1 count now, runs the 3-1. Betts up in the count. Pineda sets, here comes the pitch. And that's well hit to deep left center. Back it goes to the wall. Ellsbury gives chase, and that just clears the fence into the bullpen. Mookie Betts, 2-run shot, his second home run of the day, his 3rd on the season. And Mookie Betts just gave this Red Sox team a 4-2 lead over the Yankees. And that'll end Michael Pineda's day. Not a strong outing from him, and that'll bring in the newly acquired Jabba Chamberlain. His 4th appearance on the season, 3 so far, 0-1. He blew the game last time appeared in Tampa. But he's coming in here with the trust from Joe Girardi. As he gets a chopper to shortstop, Dieter Gregorius fields, tires the first, and that's going to retire Brock Holt for out number 2 of the inning. Brings up the second baseman Pedroia, 0-2 count on him. Chamberlain sets. Here comes the pitch, and that's swung through the slider. Jabba gets out of the inning. But the Red Sox do strike for 2 on a 2-run shot from Mookie Betts, his 2nd of the game. Red Sox up over the Yankees 4-2 at the end of top half of the 7th. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 9th inning as the Red Sox up 4-2 and Koji Uehara takes the mound for the Red Sox, looking for a save here. Greg Bird will lead off the inning. 1 for 3 in the day with a solo shot into the short porch. First pitch from Uehara. 87 fastball, misses the inner half. 1-2 count now. Kicks fires from Uehara. That's well hit the deep right field. Back it goes. Back goes Parra, but he'll put this one away a step shy in front of the track. Not enough juice to get out of here in that short porch. And it's still 4-2, 1 down, and Chase Headley will come in to pinch hit for the right fielder Aaron Judge to get a better lefty-on-righty matchup here. Headley, the switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side of the plate. First pitch in there for a strike. Full count now on Headley. Here comes the pitch from Uehara, swung on opposite way. That's going to be a blooper into left as Hanley Ramirez misses the ball. Headley will move up to second base as the ball almost rolls to the wall, but Hanley Ramirez goofed up in left field and misses it after making that spectacular diving play earlier in the game. And Ronnie Torreyes will now come in to pinch run for Headley at second. So Torreyes on second now brings up Kyle Parker, the DH, after an error from Ramirez in left. First pitch to Parker, misses the zone, way down. 1-0 count on him now. Uehara sets. Here comes the pitch. Shot to the second baseman, Beroya played perfectly, tosses over to first, and that's 2 down. Retires Parker for the second out of the inning. And now Brian Pena will come in to pinch hit for Jose Perella, the switch-hitting catcher, hitting from the left side of the plate with a runner on third. First pitch to Pena is well hit into right center. That'll be in the gap, off the track and off the wall, as Torreyes scores from second with ease, and Brian Pena has himself a pinch hit RBI double. It's a 1-run ball game. A clutch hit from Brian Pena, and they're going to pinch run for him with Robert Refsnyder. So Refsnyder on second now to bring up the 9-hitter D.D. Gregorius. 2-2 count on him. Uehara looks down the runner. Here comes the pitch, and that's cut through the splitter. He goes down swinging. The Yankees do not come away with the victory as ball game is over. And the Red Sox come away with the win here as they improve to 4-7 on the season, and the Yankees drop to 4-8. Mookie Betts, deservedly so, picks up player of the game honors, going 3 for 5 for the day with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. 3 of the 4 Red Sox runs came off this man's bat, as he hit his second and third home runs of the season, and the Red Sox come away with the win 4-3 despite a scare in the bottom half of the third after a Brian Pena pinch hit RBI double. Brian McCann homered the day, and so did Greg Bird, but Michael Pineda drops to 0-2 on the season. Latos picks up his first victory as the Red Sox, now 1-2, and Koji gets his second save on the season in the Red Sox victory over their arch rival, the Yankees. And with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this edition of Yankees Baseball. I've been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.